Hey guys, welcome back to the Cast Spear Podcast. This is our last episode with Nick Heid from surffishing.socalsd.com, and today we're going to cover what it's like being a surf fishing guide here in Southern California. Welcome to the show, Nick.
Awesome to be here yet again.
Yeah, dude. So how long you been doing the guide thing?
So 2 years, and the funny thing is, it's always funny. I know you might have more questions, but I'm only 23, and it's always funny because people are like, "How old are you?" You're like, "Do you have the knowledge it takes to be a guide?" I'm like, I write it perfectly on the page you book on, like, "Hey, I'm a 23-year-old kid who's been fishing for 7 years, and you book me. You'll have a good time. I'm just going out there fishing with you, showing you what I know, but don't expect me to be this crazy old knowledgeable dude who's just gonna get you on the fish of a lifetime every time." But yeah, it's a lot of fun. All sorts of different things.
It's funny when I do jujitsu, and you talk to some of the guys who have the higher belts. You're like they might be say a purple belt, and then you ask them like what's like how hard is it to be a purple belt, or like how good are you, and they're always like you're only as good as the last time you're on the mat. So it's like even if you're an old salty dog, you're only as good as the last time you went surf fishing consistently, right? So
Yeah.
it's like it sounds like you are definitely knowledgeable enough, man. So that's awesome. And what was it like to like what made you want to get started in that?
I mean, it started with obviously my passion for surf fishing, and it got to the point where I realized like there's some things out there online that I don't necessarily agree with, and I figure what the heck? I mean, I get all these people on a regular basis. You get on Instagram, and it's like you get people if you get a good catch or if you get consistent good catches, people just want to fish with you. And it got to the point where whether it was people on Instagram or close friends, people wanted to fish with me all the time, and it's great. I absolutely love that, and I love showing people the different world that's out there. But it gets exhausting when you don't have time for yourself to fish, because that's what for me fishing is all about. Like I want to get away from people and I want to just kind of connect with what's out there. But it gets tiring when it's just people hitting you up. And the type of person I am, I don't like to, not that I don't like to say no, but I don't like to disappoint people. So I definitely probably said yes to a lot more people than I should have. But it was like, all right, I mean, I'm taking people out here. I'm hooking people up on some good stuff. And my buddy's always laughing before this, and he's like, "Yeah, go out with Nick, and he's got a good track record for just like people getting lucky when they fish with him." I'm just like, I'll take it, whatever. But it got to the point where I was like, hey, one, it kind of deterred people from asking me anymore. At first, like all the friends that I worked with, it was just like, hey, I'm a guide now. This is my business. But two, it was like, if I can do this for a living, who wouldn't want to fish for a living? So that's how it all started, and it's become a lot more than that ever since. I started the website, and that was actually before guiding. I started the website as a pure hobby because I loved writing and I loved fishing, and putting the two together was just a perfect combo. And it's always super fun. Like we were talking off show, like getting people who reach out to you who you have no idea who they are, and they tell you, "Hey, I've been reading this for the past 3 months. Prior to this, I was not catching any fish, but ever since reading your article on so and so, I'm catching fish consistently. And thank you so much because it's been life changing. And I follow your blog every Sunday." And I'm just like, that's awesome. There's no more satisfying feeling than that. So it started out like that, and then you got all these people who more and more just wanted to fish with you. So I decided I'd make something of it, and and I'm here. So that's pretty much how I got into it. And I know we wanted to talk about it, what it's like to be a guide. It's There's ups and downs, pros and cons. As a business, it's super hit or miss seasonal because I'll get 5 clients in a week 1 week, and then I'll have no clients for 2 weeks. So it's not something I can rely on for sure. But as far as what it's like to be guiding people and the life away from it, it's something that you kind of you gotta acquire the taste really, because you've got some people who are looking to just have a good time, and they're just good-hearted people, and those are the best because it's like some people straight up tell you like, hey, I know what it's like, I know it's fishing, I'm just here to have a good time, and I know you know your stuff, let's just get out there and teach me what you know. And that's one of the best things for somebody to say, because yeah, I know I have a good track record, and I know I'm confident in what I can catch and what I can get you on. But to some degree, it's fishing, and you can't guarantee anything. So those types of comments are really really nice, and knowing that no matter what, there's going to be pressure to perform because it's a business. People are paying you to take them fishing, and it's looking at it from a different perspective or from a far away perspective. I wouldn't trade it. It's been life changing for many reasons, and it's been a fun time. And how many people can say, hey, I get paid to fish, you know? But you meet so many cool people who, for one, wouldn't have known how to catch a fish from the surf without you. And I've got relationships now who I keep in touch with them all the time, and they're keeping me posted with what they've caught now and what they learned about fishing afterwards. And the cool thing, one of the many cool things is just to see a kid's reaction when you get them on either a big fish or a leopard shark specifically. Like I've had a couple father sons where it's this like 7-year-old kid, and it's funny because like the dad just wants the kid to have a good time, and that's all he wants. And when the kid finally gets that leopard shark, just the smiles on their faces, it's you can't take it away. But one specifically, I had one father son where, the father wants the son to have a good time, to get a good fish. And when we finally got that fish for the son came up and told me afterwards, he was like, Nick, I love you. You're not, I love you, but Nick, you're so awesome. You made my dad so happy. And I'm like, how many kids? I know the dad wants his kid to have a good time, but this kid is just out there for his dad. And it's just, you meet all sorts of people, and just the world of fishing and surf fishing in general, it's full of awesome people. So all sorts of perspectives, but when you look at it, it's being a guide, you experience a lot of things that you never thought you would, and you help a lot of people get to where they want to get in the fishing world. So
Dude, that's amazing. That is super cool. And then, so if I wanted to go fish with you, what do I do? Just go to the website, and then do you have like standard rates, or what's the?
yeah, if you hop on the website, all the information is on the page in the menu that says Surf Fishing Guide, and it's going to be 4-hour sessions. You can do 2 or 3 people, and it's between 250 and 300. And you go out there, and I don't advertise it as so, but for the most part, the time slots aren't super definitive. There are some sessions where I've been out there 7 hours, but don't expect that. It all depends. So I'm definitely out there to have you have a good time, because there's you always feel bad if nothing happens. So I am more than willing to get you on fish if that's what you want. But
Perfect.
yeah,
Well, guys, if you are interested in learning how to surf fish, or you just want to go meet Nick, definitely take him up on it. Go to surffishingsocalsc.com, and thanks, Nick. This whole week has been phenomenal.
absolutely. Yeah.
Hey guys, one more thing before you go. You can subscribe to this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and your favorite podcast app. And if you like the podcast, please consider rating it on Apple Podcasts and leaving a review. This helps other people find the show. Thanks.